Resident Evil 9 has been making the rounds. The producers of the game have been doing a whole lot of interviews recently, and I think they're probably getting ready for the big release on the 27th of February. Or they're maybe getting ready for a release of a demo, maybe? That's what I'm hoping to happen. I mean, it should happen pretty soon, right? At least in Resident Evil 8, they had like a big event where, you know, each weekend they had a different section of the game that you would play as a little demo. And I hope they might do something similar with Resident Evil 9. But what they've been saying about the game is giving me a whole lot of hope for what it could be, because they are specifically trying to make it not an action game that Resident Evil 8 kind of turned into, because they don't want to go down the same rabbit holes that made Resident Evil into a franchise that nobody liked anymore by the time 6 came out. They're saying they're trying to dial it back from Resident Evil 8, that they're going back into more of a scary atmosphere for the game, because they're saying that the inspiration for the Resident Evil games is that, like, the Resident Evil Village is to Resident Evil 4, that Resident Evil Requiem, the new one, is to Resident Evil 2, which is fantastic because it was still scary, but it focused on a lot of the survival aspects and a lot of the puzzles and more intimate encounters like that. And I'm very happy about that, because Resident Evil 7 and 8 completely revitalized and created a new life for the franchise that everyone is eyeing it now. And it's so fantastic that they're still trying to stick to that, because it's the same director as Resident Evil 7, which is already great. But what's also interesting is that they said that Resident Evil 9 was supposed to be a multiplayer horror. I had no idea that was in the cards until a recent interview came out with one of their producers saying that that went pretty far. They had a build for the game, but then they just thought about it and they were like, well, this isn't very Resident Evil, so I don't know if they said it played really well, but they didn't think that it was right for Resident Evil or for the fans of that game. I don't know. They said they don't know if the fans would like it. So they went back to single player, but they're saying that some of that initial build still made its way into this game, but they won't tell what it is yet that made it through. But that's crazy. I had no idea that was happening, and I wonder what parts of the game made it through. But that's just what I'm wondering. But what do you guys think about all this? I'm very excited for this game. I love these games so much. But what do you guys think about all these interviews and all these what they're saying about the inspiration for the game and the fact that it's still getting stuff from the multiplayer build? I don't. It's not going to get like multiplayer stuff, but it's just the gameplay elements and things like that made its way from the first build to the new game. So hopefully we get to know what that is, because I would honestly be super excited what it is. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the video, subscribe or comment down below. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye.